Anyway, so I guess last episode we kind of
The last exciting episode.
yeah the last exciting episode of Next Gen Cast, we left your ass hanging.
That's right.
We left you begging for more.
Yeah, left you an incomplete.
What was the, what did we leave him hanging with?
Well, basically we didn't finish our Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, we just talked about the story. We wouldn't shut the fuck up about the story, dude.
We could actually still go on about it, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I mean,
I don't want to kick them while they're down.
all good things must come to an end. So, well, not really, because we're still doing it. We're just gonna talk about the gameplay here.
All right. Well,
I thought the gameplay was shit. Actually, more like no, I'm not gonna
just
say
shit.
Yeah, it was just shit. No, I liked it. I liked the combat.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I guess I felt a little bit. I don't know. I just thought it was a little bit more repetitive than I guess you did, but maybe it was just the way I was playing it. Maybe it's because I was just trying to rush through it, just to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's not really even any point to rush through it because the story isn't worth.
Yeah, the story. Playing the game itself is actually a lot more fun and rewarding, and just.
Yeah, that's where the money is. I think that's where
as far as all the other Metal Gear games go, it's
pretty
equal with the gameplay and the story. You know, you want to play the game as much as possible, and you also want to see the story. You know,
there's a good balance.
You don't want to rush through it to get to the story, or you don't want to have the cutscenes to hurry up to get to the gameplay. You know, it's just really well balanced. I mean, that's arguable, but. Yeah, I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah, with Rising, the story is, like we said, bad. But I mean, I guess the only good thing I can say is that it's it's so ridiculous that, you just gotta chuckle sometimes, and I don't know, man. Some
people, like I was telling you earlier, that I was debating on YouTube comments and stuff. Like, dude, people will defend the hell out of this game, dude.
What do you mean,
like
the story? Really?
Yeah, remember I was telling you just a minute ago about that guy.
Yeah, I was just gonna act like you didn't tell me before.
I was just telling you, man. What the fuck? Do you have like Alzheimer's or something?
Alzheimer's?
I know. Old-timers?
Old-timers disease.
Right.
Yeah, this guy was trying to defend the fact that Raiden, basically the reason why he turned back Cyborg, and that being that he really just couldn't keep a job. I guess like a lot of people were like discriminating him because of his like scars, and they knew he was a cyborg, which really doesn't make any sense because he was the only fucking cyborg in that game, So it's not even necessarily something like, oh, that guy's got the cyborg scars. We've seen those all over the place,
Yeah.
I mean, there's that.
Well, I mean, I guess if he is the only cyborg around, he'd be turning some heads.
But he's not a cyborg, though, is he?
Yeah.
Well, he is. Like,
really? Like, how are people even gonna know that? Oh, they're gonna see those scars and be like, "Oh, that guy's a cyborg." If there's no other cyborgs around and he's the only one, but all they have to go by is the scars.
I guess one thing that we don't really know too much about is like how available is, this, all these like cyborgs, all this stuff. Because I mean,
they can't be that that available because even the biggest PMCs that you go head to head against in the game, they're not apparent.
Yeah, they are. You fight nothing but cyborgs.
No, I'm talking about an MGS4.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like some time after MGS4, right?
5 years.
That's a long time
to go all cyborg. Well,
yeah, I mean,
that's not even the point. Anyway, that's not even the point I was trying to make. The point was that
the thing is, it would actually make any less sense. It would make it like more. It would make even less sense because, I think it was pretty available because I mean that's all you see. Like I think they even talk about it. That, they're using every kind of soldier is just pretty much cyborged up to some extent, right?
At MGS4?
Yeah.
No, that's just SOP.
No. I'm talking about Rising.
Oh, okay. I'm not even necessarily talking about it. I'm just talking about the transition between MGS4 and Rising.
Yeah.
And why Raiden would have to suffer really any sort of like prejudice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why would he? I mean, he
that would be kind of
one of the
first
ones. It's kind of like a fact that he was one of the first cyborgs really out there.
Yeah.
And he would be kind of a representative of what cyborgs would be bringing to the table to the public. but for some reason they don't. It was like, you know, it was like, oh yeah, you know, here we are, like we're the team that saved the world, you know, and you know, Raiden's among them. He's like, oh, okay, cyborgs, man, they're badass, they're gonna help us out and shit, you know.
Right. The thing is, even if you take that out, even if you know, they just cover it up, hey, Raiden, don't tell anybody about this, you know, all right, dude, who the fuck is going to discriminate against like a cyborg?
Dude, if you ask me, I would like hire nothing but cyborgs for my fucking company.
Yeah,
and shit.
Dude, like if you like,
it's like fast
shit.
as fuck.
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Remember fucking Ghost of the Shell, like girls like all typing with fucking like crazy ass fingers and shit. It's like okay.
Just think of like Raiden.
Editing that fast.
Just think of the landscaping. You know, Raiden, get your sword and cut down this tree. Will you? Okay, just get it done in like 5 minutes.
If even that, fuck.
Yeah. Okay, like oh no, you're weird. Get out of my office. Like what
you ain't one of us. We don't serve your kind here.
Even though you saved the world.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You saved all of us.
Yeah, it's a little too far fetched for me.
Yeah. But anyway, this guy, he was fucking. But
I mean, hey,
he was using this to defend like that whole aspect of the story being like good.
That's why it was just more suited to have a game that takes place after 2 and before 4.
Yeah.
Because that, you know, and you have a reason for him to go all like ape shit and you know, slicing all kinds of people up. But
yeah, dude, that's the thing. Like that's what the story of Raiden, the origin story of Raiden turning into a cyborg, doesn't take place after MGS4. It takes place in between 2 and 4.
Yeah.
So
the whole concept is just
the whole concept of like him like, you know, being all like, yeah, now I'm a cyborg. You know, it doesn't really work. He's already a fucking cyborg.
Get out of here, boy.
I don't know, dude. It's fucking retarded. Like, I just can't believe the extent that. I mean, I'm not even gonna like go into like the fucking amount of like
inconsistencies.
Yeah.
And so yeah, but it just in the end, I'm just gonna say it's ridiculous how these people, how far they'll actually go just to like defend something that, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
that is obviously shit.
I'm the type of guy who believes that, you know, opinions are totally subjective, you know, including tastes. But man, it's really hard.
Not with this game. Dude.
Yeah,
this
it's
game
really
like,
hard to
draws the
hold
line,
that,
really.
you know, that mindset with this game. You know, when it comes to the story. Like if somebody were to say this story is good, man,
I would just laugh at their face.
It'd be really hard for me to be like, you know, yeah, it's just his opinion, and you know what? If it's good for him, he thinks it's good. That's his truth.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it'd be really, really fucking hard for me to
accept that.
Yeah, well, this guy, man, straight up like believes in his fucking heart. I mean, I think he's just being delusional and fucking lying to himself.
Or
just to justify his purchase. It's like he just bought this $60 game. Of course, he's going to be defending it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah, I bought it, but you know, I mean, I don't necessarily regret. I don't necessarily regret buying it because you know I do have like a fucking massive Metal Gear collection.
Yeah. Well, shit, and, you know, you have Twin Snakes.
Yeah, and Snake's Revenge.
I think Twin Snakes is way better than Rising, though.
Yeah, actually,
it's a remake of one of the best games in my opinion ever made. You know,
Twin Snakes is actually like fucking masterpiece compared to this shit.
It's still ridiculous, but I mean, I guess it's not as ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean,
but anyways,
like
you know,
thought fucking jumping on a missile in the fucking Twin Snakes was overkill, and shit, and you're in for a treat with this game.
You fucking slice up a Metal Gear
with a blunt edge.
Actually, no, it's not blunt.
It's not blunt.
No, it does have an edge.
Oh, it does.
It's got a.
What if
like
you use that?
God, couldn't they have made it look like it was like a little bit, you know, more suited to actually slice?
Because it's at the end, and like you know, it has that square thing at as the base. You can't really see it.
Yeah, that's so gay though. Like, couldn't they just for aesthetic reasons have it to where actually doesn't it have a weapon where it like slices down a big ass blade at you?
That's the weapon.
It is.
It's the arm that does it. But I mean, yeah, I guess they could have just like have the blade itself get cut or like get broken.
You're talking about the Metal Gear Ray, right?
No, the ending boss.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
okay.
Basically, like you use one of its own parts to like Zandatsu it and cut it up and shit. but like, yeah, it has like this blade weapon that kind of comes down. And
did we
hits
mention
you
the
and
music? I'm pretty sure we did.
Actually, I don't think we did.
Yeah, the music is that. It's one of the redeeming factors, I have to say. It's,
Yeah, I mean, dude, I
kind of reminds me of like a puddle of mud and like
Sum
Oh, fuck
41.
POD.
Sum 41.
All American Rejects.
Yeah, it brings back a lot of no, fuck
Good
that,
Charlotte?
dude. No, okay, the music. I fucking hated the music, man.
Yeah, it was fucking pure bullshit. I
Like-
mean,
Remember the fucking concert they had?
yeah, it just proves. I mean, I know, like, you
Well,
doesn't
I
really
mean-
prove it, but like, I mean, listen to the.
Actually, they
fucking
didn't have like a couple, like a sizable
audience.
mass of people.
Yeah, there was. I don't know. I would say it was a small concert. It
Yeah.
wasn't like.
Yeah, I mean, it was like I guess they kind of like almost
Couple
filled up
hundred
a
people,
club,
maybe?
you know. But
Yeah. But yeah,
the club isn't
not-
necessarily like an impressive venue.
Thing is,
size-wise.
you'll be doing something like really, really epic, right? Like during a boss fight, and then
like the last fucking battle.
yeah, and then you just hear like vocals like, "Yeah, the darkness in my heart, I will never
God,
lose."
It would have been a lot better without that shit. If it was just vocalists.
All
like-
the anger in my fist, like.
We will reach our fates. What does destiny hold in store for us?
It was pretty bad. It was very bad. It was pure shit.
Yeah, it's like actually all the vocals are like that too. Like
Yeah,
the thing is, they have like every track has a separate.
yeah.
vocalist.
I'll say that hey, you did a good job. That was
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah,
Every track has a separate vocalist, but they all sound the fucking same.
yeah.
They're all doing the same, like screamo type fucking bullshit.
It's like a scream / like grunt.
God, it's so fucking gay. Oh my god. Especially at the last boss, like I was watching the gameplay video and fucking I just couldn't believe how shitty the song was. Like it seems like they saved the shittiest for the last.
What are you talking about for
it's
the
like-
Metal Gear?
No,
Or-
no, for Armstrong.
It's
Whenever he
actually
takes off his
kind
shirt
of
and
yeah.
shit.
It actually threw me off. It was so bad. Like I got killed like in seconds. It's like, God damn, this is a Raiden.
Rand's, what did you expect?
God damn.
Kevin, somebody hacked into my MP3 player. What do I do? Ah!
Well, yeah, we said we weren't gonna talk about the story, but I mean, hey, here we are.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
But
not
anyways,
really about the stories, about the music.
Yeah. Well, we did
It's
talk
part of
about
the
story.
gameplay.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, we should back to the gameplay.
Zandatsu.
So Zandatsu, what about it?
I thought it was pretty cool. I think it's I think the control could have been a little bit more responsive. Like I felt like it wasn't necessarily doing what I wanted to 100%
Yeah,
of the time.
I think it would have been better personally if instead of having the blade go up, you just kind of push down to where you want the blade to go instead of like.
Yeah, instead of having to like line it up, I guess, or what
Well,
is
no,
everything?
no, I guess they couldn't have done it any other way. If you wanted to line it up,
Yeah.
you'd have to like hold it.
Yeah, but it doesn't really make for an immersive experience. Like you release it, then you strike. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of doesn't really.
I didn't have too much of a problem with it, but I mean,
I don't either. But like, it's just something that could be improved upon.
yeah,
And but I think overall the Zandatsu system worked. I think it was pretty fun.
yeah, it's pretty satisfying. I mean, especially if you're like really low on health, you just get a cyborg and just especially when you stun them and you do like you flip them up like the whole square and X thing.
Yeah.
Then you just get it and
Get their fucking
yeah
their fucking goods. Grab
yeah,
their genitals.
get everything back again.
So, what do you think about this gameplay compared to what you saw with the original Metal Gear Solid Rising?
Well, it's kind of hard for me to say because we didn't see
Much of it?
yeah, we didn't see much. But I mean,
It looked like the physics were way better. On
yeah, it
the
looked like
original one.
the animation was better.
Animation
I
was
have to
better than
say.
the original. The fucking physics, the graphics were better. Even whenever
Yeah.
whenever you fucking you sweep that guy and he fucking
Yeah, it
goes
looks a
up
lot
in the
more-
air. It just looks better, and it looks
It looks cleaner.
yeah, and the actual like dismemberment
Yeah.
looks way better in the original version. But
I have to agree with you there.
I mean, I kind of feel like a lot of the gameplay grudges I hold against the game are due to the fact that we were actually shown a better version to begin with,
Yeah.
and we ended up getting something worse in the end. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to set that aside,
Yeah.
I thought the other weapons that you got, man, I thought those were just superfluous as fuck, dude.
Actually, I'd stopped using them within a minute.
Yeah, the only one
I was given the option.
Yeah, I've used for a while was the staff, and I guess the what do you call them? The size.
Yeah.
I used them for a little bit, but I mean, I think all you do is it's like a grappling hook, and use it to pull enemies towards you, something like that. I didn't even bother.
Like the Devil Bringer or
something like that, but I mean, I don't know.
Like from a distance or just
from a
close
distance?
by? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even bother using whatever Sundowner used.
Well, that sounds kind of cool though. I thought the Devil Bringer in Devil May Cry 4 was badass as fuck.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, the thing is, if you equip the weapon, you can't use the triangle for the sword. I mean, that's the thing. That's one thing I don't like about the the weapons, that you don't really focus on having a weapon. You always have the sword, using square.
Yeah.
So you can't really have any elaborate combos.
They basically replace all of your triangle combos with a new weapon. And so it kind of limits your sword to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's something I didn't really look into. That, maybe you can do combos, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I just stuck with the sword.
Gameplay's alright. I didn't feel like the stealth segments were very strong at all.
Well, I mean, then again, it was supposed to just be like an action game with some stealth elements in there. It's like, a little hint of stealth. And I mean, I thought
it probably would have worked with the original design of Metal Gear, because they said recently that it was originally going to be an open world game.
Right.
But now it's pretty fucking linear, and there's not really a lot of room for you to do anything. There's not a lot of freedom in between point A and B, really.
Also, I kind of sucked at the stealth segments. I mean, I did okay on some stages, but I mean, I'll even have Kevin, say "Man, damn, right? I thought stealth was your specialty." Damn, man, made me feel like shit.
I did all right. I got caught a couple of times, but yeah.
And also, I didn't do very good at the stealth segments. I mean, I felt like the game wasn't built around stealth, so it was pretty hard. It's pretty broken, I thought.
Yeah, it felt broken. Yeah. If it didn't.
And also, it's just not really. Well, to me, it's not really as fun. I mean, really, you just go up to a guard and do the same animation over and over again if you just do stealth.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, they make it a lot more rewarding in the traditional Metal Gear games.
Yeah.
Like getting certain information from guards and stuff like that.
Just the fact that you don't get caught if you go stealth,
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, just hiding bodies,
That too, man.
Like a lot of different things in the traditional Metal Gear that makes stealth more rewarding.
Yeah. Definitely. But that's our take on the gameplay of Metal Gear. What would you give the gameplay out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd give it I'd give it an 8.
Probably give it a 7.
7?
What about you?
Overall, or just the gameplay?
Just the gameplay.
Just the gameplay. I'd give it a 7.
All right, story.
I'd give it story. I'd give it a 4.
I would have given it a 2, but since it made me chuckle a couple of times, I give it
a 3.
Yeah, a 3.
Yeah. The reason I give it a 4 is because I mean it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's just really dumb, and at the end it does turn into a cartoon. And I mean, just the faces that some of the characters make. I mean, you can just tell that people don't really give this. They don't take the story seriously. I mean, it's pretty much a fact that they don't. I mean, just
because they actually try hard on these cartoony animations, facial animations.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, it's not something that that I thought was appealed to me too much. I was expecting a little more, and but the redeeming qualities were a couple of the characters I a bit fond of, like the Doctor, and I guess the cyborg dog, you know, like a little bit.
Yeah, I think the cyborg dog is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think he was all right. But Jesus, who else?
Man, I think every single other character in there.
Boris was just, you know, the Russian dude.
He was all right. He was just kind of bland though. That's
Yeah.
my complaint. Kevin was really annoying.
Yeah, he was the most annoying character out of everybody, I thought.
Yeah.
Man. Like every joke that he would throw out would just fall flat on its face. Like it's not even like the good corny, like Dante. You know, they weren't like, you know, like smart jokes, you know, that he would do, but they would be like corny, and it would make me laugh that, you know, how lame in a way.
There'd be like the jokes would still have at least some sort of charm to them, you know.
Right,
like,
right.
But here they're just like, oh, what? God, why?
Just get out of here, dude. What the hell are you doing here?
I know.
Like that one about Dracula.
Yeah, God,
It's
that
like,
was fucking bad.
Suck your blood. What? That's not how. Oh, dude, just leave. Just get out of this
God,
fucking
imagine
game.
the Colonel doing that. Suck your blood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drebin doing that.
Yeah.
Suck your blood, Snake.
Real easy. All right, so yeah,
Personally, I'd say it's worth a rental.
yeah. I would.
Like,
I
I
would
wouldn't
say
even
that
get
too.
it used really, because to me,
But you didn't even rent it though.
well, I did borrow it.
I know.
I,
but
I would spend money to
Rent it?
to borrow it. No, to rent it. Yeah, I would have spent money to borrow it.
to borrow it from Redbox.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would too. Like, I mean, I probably would have, but for the sake of my collection, I just went ahead and bought it.
Yeah, man. I was actually thinking about not buying it until it was in a bargain bin even for the sake of our collection.
Yeah.
I
You
mean-
probably should have done that, I think.
Yeah. It's
But
not
you
like
know,
we got
I
the
was
special
pretty
edition.
anxious to play it. I mean, it is a new Metal Gear title, and you know,
I mean,
I can't even.
the gameplay. Thing is, playing the demo. I mean, the gameplay looked promising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it just didn't really.
Story definitely
expand
didn't
too much after
seem
the
too
demo.
promising after.
Yeah.
the
The thing is that I had low expectations for the story, but I mean, damn.
Yeah. Yep. See, the thing is, like, originally, I already thought, like, well, since Kojima's not, like, writing it to begin with, it's probably not going to be that great. It might be, like, a little bit subpar, maybe.
Then Vanquish.
Yeah.
You know. And,
Yeah, and, you know, and then the fact that, then they started releasing trailers for it, the Platinum version of the game.
yeah.
Whenever they showed that, I was like, okay, man, I'm, like, really starting to think that this is probably not going to turn out good. you
Yeah,
know?
I remember like I called you right after I saw the trailer, and we were just like talking about it. We're like talking about how disappointed we were with it. It's
Yeah.
like, man, I don't know, I just didn't like it. Didn't like the style of the trailers. Just yeah, everything was really bad. I thought.
Were you in Dallas or what?
No, I remember I was just filming it.
Oh, it's
somewhere
right.
in Houston.
God, yeah, I couldn't believe how fucking disappointed I was with that initial trailer, the Platinum version.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then they came out those viral videos afterward.
Yeah,
and
those
that
were-
just
those
like
were-
sunk down even more.
Yeah, especially since they didn't even follow up with those at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, they didn't even
Like at all.
I don't know. I thought they were actually. I thought it would have been cool if those were actually implemented in the game
Yeah,
somehow.
just
Because like
like-
it would actually go into like Jack's backstory and kind of like in a different way, you know?
Yeah, and Solidus would have been
Yeah,
present
no.
there.
And man, I don't know. I just wish Solidus was a character. Like,
Yeah.
Instead of that fucking.
I mean,
Armstrong guy.
as ridiculous
Yeah.
as this story was, I mean, you might as well have him come back.
yeah,
You might as well have him, like, you know, as the main bad
Shit,
guy.
I'm actually glad they didn't have him come back though, because he would have just been. He just didn't belong in this game.
Yeah, they probably would have messed him up.
Yeah. They were just like the whole story surrounding the entire thing. Just him as the mastermind would have just been lame. Like it would have killed his character, I think.
yeah, definitely. I'm kind of glad in some respects that they didn't like bring him back and have him like as the main antagonist, which I didn't expect them to anyway. But at least
Yeah,
expected
same
them
here.
to like have
Mention
him
him,
kind of like part of like Raiden's backstory. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like,
some flashbacks maybe.
yeah,
Playable flashbacks or something. That'd been cool.
Yeah.
that would have been cool, like really cool. And they kind of hinted at that in the trailer because they have that kid version of him walking and shit.
Yeah.
And they have the MGS2 Raiden, and they have the MGS4, and then the new
God,
one.
it
And
was
shit.
just they didn't follow up on it at all. Well, they did, but like maybe like what, 2 sentences, and then you know Kodak.
Maybe. Yeah, yeah.
It's like, yeah, you know, whenever Solidus, I was, you know, he made me do things, and that's about it.
He raped me. No. But he stuck his snake in the.
Oh, you're gonna go there?
His solid.
All of his tentacles at night.
Yeah, good way to end the review, I say.
All right. Bye.
All right. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna wrap our review up with that, and let's shift topics here a little bit to a little bit more of a.
You want to make a separate video, or you just want to keep it all in like one package here?
Actually, let's go ahead and make it separate videos.
You want to stop and record?
All right. Yeah. But anyways, that's our Metal Gear Rising review. Hope you enjoyed it or hated it.
Stay tuned for our next topic,
which will be about the latest Joachim Mogren interview, or Joachim Mogren, I guess.
And Ouya.
I guess we'll talk a little bit about Ouya too.
All
right. Anyways,
later.
Catch you later.